What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming checking out the flip flop topics. I want to tell you a little bit about the Jesuits. I just kicked out a video, uh, give a little bit insight about them. Well, they're known as Society of Jesus, right? Hey, they're one of the most powerful and influential religious orders within the Catholic Church. They're well known for missionary and the commitment to education, and they play a significant role with the global affairs, politics, theology, and their influence. Yeah, they spark concerns and controversies throughout history. And but one of the primary ways in which Jesuit has influence is through mainly through education. Since the early years, they've established some of the world's most how do I say pre- prestigious schools, universities, seminars. And they got institutions, you know what I mean, colleges, Georgetown, Boston College, Fordham University. I mean, it goes on and on. But not just here in the United States. They're also like in Europe, Asia, Latin America, that continue to shape the politics, you know what I mean, politics and grow the intellectual leaders out there. But I want to emphasize on they teach them to be critical thinking motherfuckers, right? Through faith, reason, but they're mainly the commitment is through education, and it's only to help shape the generations of the leaders and put them in various fields through science, business, and philosophy. But they've been instrumental in spreading the Catholic word in different parts of the world. You feel me? Africa, Asia, and even here. But what they do, they foster elites through influence all over the globe. But I think, you know what I mean, it raised concerns because while upholding the Catholic values, right, they engage in progressive political conflicts with the tradition of the church thinking or teaching, rather. You know what I mean? Involvement in politics has been a subject of I mean, controversies and admirations of all sorts of things, right? You know what I mean? Because throughout the history, they've acted as advisors to the kings, diplomats, policymakers, and in some cases, the influence on the beneficial to promote social justice, human rights. You know what I mean? And accused of maneuvering and through politics. You know what I mean? That we see today. But like for example, their role in the Latin America during the 20th century, right? They were involved in liberation through theology and a movement that applied through Christian teaching to address economic equality and social justice. And but some, you know, mean, while they're praising the movement for advocating it for the poor, and even including the Vatican under the Pope John Paul II, criticizing it for allowing it to be more closely with the Marxist ideologies. But but in modern time, uh, the Jesuits, you know, with their leaders, continue to shape the global politics. Like prominent figures such as you remember President Bill Clinton. He's a Georgetown Catholic graduate, and the Canadian Prime Minister of President Trudeau. He's also educated by the Jesuits. You know what I mean? So it raises many concerns. I mean, like Donald Trump, shit, he's a Jesuit also. You know what I mean? Fordham University. Dr. fucking Fauci, Jesuit educated too. I mean, it just goes on and on. You know what I mean? So they got a major role in shaping the modern times. You know what I mean? And pushing the boundaries for the doctrines, and also the Pope Francis that we got now. Shit, he's the first Jesuit Pope in history. Feel me? So, I mean, I just want you guys to understand that these dudes, man, oh man, even the first presidents that we had, was Adams and Jefferson. They were writing each other, talking about if the Jesuits ever be in control, they will hijack America. That's what they did. And plus, them two presidents, Adams and Jefferson, shit, they died on the same day, not the same year, but they died on 4th of July. Pretty rare, but yeah. But I just wanted to say, you know what I mean? They shaped this world through contributions with education, politics, theology, fucking influenced it and scrutinized this whole get down. You know what I mean? But I'm just wanted to let you guys know, you know what I mean, do your little history, because you know what I mean, I'm ghetto. On the streets, you gotta know who's around you, who they are, where they came from. You feel me? Because you gotta be you gotta know your surroundings. But not just on the streets alone, you gotta do your homework on these dudes too, you know what I mean? Because they're the ones that shape this whole this whole society and what they want. So you just got to be up on game on what they're doing. But yeah, I'm gonna cut this short. I'm gonna do another video here in a bit. So yeah, hope you like this. You know what I mean? Give you a little insight on who they are, and yeah. See you on the next one. My bad, a little ghetto, but it'll get better by the day. Bear with me. You guys have a good one.